So in this video, we're doing a review and a comparison between these Sandee one-strapped small pads and the large Sandee pads. If you're quite a small person like I am, I'm only 5'5". If I was competing in the UFC, I'd be competing in flyweight, which is the smallest weight category there is. So, holding these great big pads all day for people who are much bigger, smashing them, can be a lot of hard work. So that's why I went out and invested in some of these Sandee, slightly smaller, one-strap pads. Now, although they're smaller, believe it or not, there's not a lot of difference between the sizes of the pads. As you can see, if I put them both together like that, there's not much difference between the sizes. Obviously, these have an extra strap on them and a bit of extra thick pad in there. These don't have that extra thick pad in there, they've only got the one strap. But, like I said, they're brand new, these ones, but they really are a solid pad. What I mean by that, don't want to slag these off, but I've done a review on these before, so you can check that out. These are a tough wear Thai pad. Now look, I can bend them like that. Don't get me wrong, these are quite old and quite worn, and they're used quite a lot. And this thicker Sandee pad is old and worn, and I can't bend it, well, almost. I can get a little bit of a bend in it where it's been worn, but not much. But these smaller ones, again, they've not lasted the test of time yet, admittedly. They are literally brand new, they've only been used once or twice, but there's no bend in them at all. They feel absolutely solid. They feel comfortable for when you're holding. Obviously, like new pads, they've got the handle was quite stiff, so they do need wearing in a little bit so you could grip the handles on them a little bit easier. But yeah, they're fine. I've heard a lot of people worry about the elbow being exposed with smaller pads. That is one issue what you can sometimes have researching, where if I put this one on, let me loosen up that strap, someone's been wearing it. If I put this one on, the elbow is literally just about covered. So, but as long as you've got someone reasonably controlled hitting the pads, these are absolutely fine, and I like them. They feel lighter and easier to hold and control. So again, that's all a bonus. As you can see with the thickness, there's not much different in the thickness between them. There's a little bit. These bigger ones are thicker. But not much. So, if you've got someone massive down, real strong person, a heavyweight hitting the pads, then maybe the bigger ones are better. And these are perfect for lighter weight and for kids as well. That's the other reason why I got these. I have little kids down here, and where they're that little bit smaller, the kids find it a little bit easier to hold. The only one thing I'm not too keen on is the fact that they ain't got the extra strap. I wouldn't have even minded if they had that extra strap in the middle. So when you want to do stuff like move them out of the way to clinch, they don't flop all over the place as much. Where obviously, again, with these bigger ones, you can turn them out and then start using your clinch work, and they don't sort of fall off your arms as much. They also do these in a red colour. So as a quick close-up look, the stitching is all the same. Like I say, they have the one strap and the handle, and just a thick, nice, strong pad, but just a little bit smaller. Again, with a zoom up comparison to the sizes and then thicknesses, there's not much to these at all, what I was surprised about. I thought these would be a little bit smaller, but for the use I've got out of them so far, I really do highly rate Sandee pads in general, and these small ones are wicked. Again, especially if you train with a lot of kids or there's smaller people in the gym, if you're holding pads all day, sometimes it's nice to give these a rest to use a slightly smaller and lighter pads. If these come any help at all, thanks for watching, give it a thumbs up. If you click over here, there's a playlist where I'll do other product reviews on all sorts of martial arts equipment.